Make sure the mic check is working. I'm not on mute today. I've learned from my mistakes going forward. Hopefully I fixed it, man. Hopefully the camera is good. We're here to talk about Liverpool, as always. It's the preview. It's West Ham. Hey, they've been getting cooked up all season still, bro. But obviously, Liverpool, we never make things easy for ourselves. Big up to Sav in the building, as always. And obviously, Nick as well is now joining us. Big up to Nick as well.
I need to move off centre. What's going on here?
Put you in the middle then, Nick. But yeah, man. We're here to chop it up, man. I'm sure you guys watch the press conference this morning.
Yeah.
Why is he getting these men up early at 9 o'clock, bro? I know we always speak about it, but 9 o'clock is early as shit, bro, for a press conference. I don't watch the other team, so I don't know if anyone else does it.
No one else was really on that early, but
I remember we were getting them at for me, it was midnight, which is 3 in the afternoon or something, which is crazy. Even now, it would be midday, now, 9 p.m. Instead of I'm driving home and I'm seeing notifications for a press conference. I'm like, bro, it's a crack of dawn. Who's there at 9 o'clock in the morning to take answers and ask questions and shit?
Do you think that these men are staying in hotels the night before they're traveling from wherever they are?
Traveling. Because I follow a few of them on YouTube and they do vlogs and that, but some of them, they just travel.
That's mad.
Every slot press conference, you have to leave where you're. Bro, it's a long journey. And most of these men are probably around London anyway. So the good 4 or 5 hour journey just to go out there, just to ask him one question,
Just to ask him the same rubbish questions. But I seen the man ask him today about, I swear the 4 people in a row asked him the same questions about rotating the squad. I was like, bro, you man dumb, bro. You had one question. One guy already asked it.
Yeah.
So just use a different question. And they just worded it different. Do you think that the players who are on the bench are more hungry? Do you think that the players on the pitch are more hungry to stay on the pitch? All right, bro. What the hell's going on here, man? And just waffle, man. Yeah, it goes.
But yeah, you're right. Why don't they just you hear the man answer, you go, oh shit, all right, that's me. Or prep 3 or 4, and you go, right, if someone gets there first and gets this one, then I'll use this one. But I don't feel like they do at all, bro. They're just nah, this is what our editors want, and this is the question we're going to ask, bro. We're not going to deviate from it at all. Big up for Red for Life in the building as well, man. But yeah, anything that you guys got from the press conference, and he never gives anything away, to be fair. There's never a moment where he talks a bit about tactics or anything like that. He just answers it as plain and as simple as possible as he possibly can. Injury-wise, he said Alisson.
Chiesa might come in. That's the only thing. Alisson is still out, so I don't know. You probably would want to rest Salah and maybe start Chiesa in this one, or maybe rest someone else on the other side, perhaps.
He did mention, obviously, they asked him about Trey, because he said, is he going to play in the under-21s, or is he going to play? It could be a good opportunity for him to kind of play with us, because he says he trains with us, but obviously playing minutes at his age, obviously the under-19s, under-21s, that's where he has to play his minutes. Is he someone you guys see coming in maybe from a starting point or not? Just maybe bench, if that.
I would start him. Bench though.
Who else is going to play in that role then?
Yeah, I'd bring him on the bench and then give him some minutes and I wouldn't start
him. Fairs. He said about, obviously, Chiesa is not ready to play 90 minutes, but he can start.
Yeah, give him some minutes, maybe get some legs, run around Anfield for a little bit more, try and do something, make something happen. Well, we've seen he almost got himself a goal or an assist. He smacked the post. So man's got something about him, and it's just obviously the injury thing. He played almost a full season last year, but still, new league could be a little bit different. We've seen how easy it is to be running like a mad engine, and then out of nowhere you've done something and then you're out for months. So hopefully they look after him, and maybe Endo, maybe Slot, past his better judgment, will put him in the DM role, because you're not going to be playing Gravenberch in this game there, man. The guy needs a rest. He's played every single game so far.
But the thing is, we've had an occasion already where we thought maybe he's going to change the team up, maybe not drastically. The Champions League game against AC Milan, he only made 2 changes. Could that be the same thing for this one? Could he just go, 2 changes, maybe 3 max?
Yeah.
This is the thing I used to always think with Klopp. We're playing a cup competition, whether it's FA Cup or the League Cup. And I used to say to myself, will he start with a full-strength team, play maybe a half, try and be a few goals up, and then just sub a whole bunch of players? But it's not like a friendly. You can change half your squad. You're still restricted to, bare subs.
I don't know, man. What are you thinking, so?
From the way he explained it in the thing, he sounds like he thinks that he's been rotating, because he was like, I just see him like we've rotated already, and I'm like, okay, you changed 2 players, but like you want some big rotation, but it's like, so for him that might seem like a lot. So yeah, I don't expect him to. He said he wants to play the best team available, and he has to check everyone's fitness. So I can see maybe 3 players, maybe. But yeah, I feel like the attackers are always okay to rotate. To be honest, I don't think any of them play super levels above each other, so I reckon they can all play. And then the midfield is a little bit different, and same with the defense. But yeah, man, I don't know.
But obviously, you saw this from Davo. Interesting, Simikan, bro. I haven't watched him this season, to be fair, to see if he's. I know he's a good defender, but I haven't watched any games to go, do you know what? Still doing that, or you've come up a bit more, you've grown a bit more in terms of how he plays in it. I don't know if you guys have seen anything around it as well, but I don't even know. Do we need another defender right now?
We're linked to him in the summer as well.
Probably. I wouldn't say no, to be honest with you.
He's a good player, but yeah, I'm not really. I'll be honest, bro. When it comes to Liverpool being linked to players, I couldn't give a damn right now. Like, the window's closed, so it's like we work with the team we've got. And I mean, some of our defenders ain't even played much minutes yet, so getting new ones in. I don't know, but I guess if they're trying to future-proof and stuff, and that's what they're talking about, he has a contract with his team, bro. So I don't know. Good player, though. Really good player.
Big up Angel Alexander and Sideline in the building. I was looking, obviously, the big hoorah about Saliba and Gabriel. I was just looking, and then I saw this from TNT Sports. It was just Virgil has been the best defender in the league so far this season from an interception standpoint and draws, aerial draw standpoint, which we've seen because he does win a lot of his headers. But interceptions wasn't one I looked at and gone, he normally does that because he's not the aggressor stepping in and winning those. Well, he has been, to be fair. There's a few games where you've seen him in midfield for some reason, pressing one of their midfielders. It could be that. But now it's interesting that, even though he's been good, there's not been I'm not expecting them to really celebrate his success. But there's no real hurrah about him at all in the season.
I won't celebrate his success anymore. Only when he wins something, they'll mention how good he's been. But apart from that, because he was great last season as well. People couldn't give me many games where Virgil was bad. I don't think he was bad in any game, to be honest, bro. But obviously, there's games where we lost. You probably go on Arsenal because him and Alisson made a mistake. But even that,
that literally popped into my head. That's probably the only game where I'm looking at it. Even in like the Palace, even in the Palace game where we lost, I'm like, that's just a freak occurrence. Like, apart from that, he's been solid. So you do get these lapses, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I agree, man. So Virgil's always killing it, bro. I mentioned that in the other show we did about his stepping into midfield and interception because I was focusing on, I seen him miss a few of them, but he's obviously won quite a lot as well. And then the aerial duels, he's actually lost more aerial duels this season than I normally see him lose, but he's still ahead of everyone. So even in the last game, it was like he lost a couple of headers, and then the game before that as well, same again. But listen, man, that's because I'm used to him being damn near perfect on aerial duels on it, so it's fine. He's supposed to. It's football, bro. I don't expect everyone to be 100%. Although the last game is 100% on most things. And
yeah. Big up, G, bro.
Big up, man. Big up you guys on the chat, man.
Literally just talking about the presser and just a few bits. Trey maybe getting a run out, maybe. Don't know yet. And then obviously Virgil's seen the stats that from an interception and aerial duels, he's been the best so far in the Premier League. So just kind of chopping that up. Just moving on. Is this guy, right? So from you guys, obviously I know there's a lot of people that don't like Curtis Jones. Maybe just the way he plays. I don't know the reason why. No one really gives real justification. Sometimes they mention maybe his output. Sometimes they mention he just holds on to the ball for too long. I never really feel that's enough to kind of say that player's not good enough. but that's just my opinion. Obviously, we got West Ham now, League Cup, or Carabao Cup, I should say. He starts in this one for me. What is the expectation for him, bro? Or, you know, to I don't know, use this game as a platform to try and get in the Premier League starting 11. What are you guys thinking?
Depends where they're playing, man. Depends where it's going to be in midfield, but it depends where in midfield is. Is he part of a double pivot or is he in the 10?
Yeah, whose role does he take?
Yeah, exactly. The work rates. Well, there's not much point mentioning because everyone has to work hard on that, and he never has to bother doing that. He never has to bother pressing and stuff like that. Guess you got to be a bit more aggressive with with some tackles and that. And then man, it's what he's going to do on the ball. Anything in that. Is he going to play it safe or is he going to take a few chances? I feel like when Curtis takes a few chances and believes in himself, he's always good. When he plays it like safe, then that's all you've got to go off for the game. So then you're going to pick out whatever you see him do wrong. You're going to go, he was decent on the ball, but he lost the ball here, and you'll pick out the sort of thing. When he's good and he's on it, he can dribble with the ball. Is pretty good. His shooting's decent as well. You don't see much of it, but he can shoot. And he can throw the pass through if he needs to as well, man. So just depends where he plays. I feel like if he's in a double pivot, it's a bit boring for him. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Apart from like even in England when they played him and Angel Gomez there, he still was expressive with the ball, and he was man of the match move signs, player of the tournament. So yeah, got to express himself a little bit, man. That's it. Man.
Where should he play in this game then, lads? Where do you think he should play?
I'll play him with the 10, man.
The 10. Ooh.
Yeah, because we don't play. Because clearly, from what Szoboszlai does, we don't play a 10 where it's the guy shooting and doing those creative stuff. It's just where he is on the pitch more than anything.
Yeah,
that's all I mean by the 10. I don't even mean it in the natural sense. It's just there's a double pivot, and then there's somebody ahead of them. I'd play the person ahead of them, but it depends who's playing on it.
I mean, last time we played West Ham in the Carabao Cup, we had Jones playing as well. He scored a double, didn't he?
Yeah, he was right-sided 8 that game.
Yeah, so
left-sided 8.
Maybe play him in the same thing again, maybe. But then again, who you play either side of him? Because I'm just looking at the previous lineup. We had Darwin, Gakpo, Elliott. We've got no Elliott, so maybe say Chiesa will be on that right wing forward sign. Then we had Jones on the left, Endo and Szoboszlai on the right.
Yeah. Problem is the formation on it. When he played against West Ham last time, different manager, 4-3-3. This is different. So it's like trying to get him. That's the reason why I said it's like getting him further up the pitch. But the only way you can do that is putting him in the 10. Or depending on who they rotate in, if they play with the same midfield and take one person out. I mean, Nick said Gravenberch needs a rest, which is, if you're going to rest somebody. Szoboszlai as well, he runs more than everyone. He needs a rest too.
Yeah, well, that's what came into my head. And I'm like, if you start him, the man just runs up and down, or give him a more reserve role and let someone else do the running, like a Curtis Jones, if you can do that.
Agree. Yeah.
What are you thinking then, G, man? Like, obviously we got number 10, could he play in there? But what where's this hate stem from, bro? Because I think he's a cold footballer, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the holding on to the ball thing, I can see at times why, but it's his game style. Can't cook man for his own game style. He likes to hold the ball, turn, look, maybe get. I was going to say something mad then. Get a touch from a player. That sounds mad. But you know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
And then he just likes to play it simple, bro. And he can run with the ball. He can dribble. You know what I mean? He can score a goal when called upon. But for some reason, he gets no love at all.
He's turning 24 this season, and he doesn't look close to being a first-team player. You've been here your whole career, still nothing, and I think that's where the hate kind of comes from, if I'm being honest with you. I know we can say, there was the back end of that season where we were shit, we finished 5th, back end of that. We can use the injuries and all that. There's so many excuses, I feel, with Jones at the moment, where it's like, there's always something that there's a reason why, he just can't be this first team player, So with the emergence of Gravenberch this season, Jones is definitely further down that pecking order. Obviously, Harvey Elliott's been injured now, but just in a general sense, if we had to place them in order, it just seems like he's moved a bit further down, that kind of list. So, yeah, man, I feel like I don't want to say that the hate is warranted, but I can understand. I can fully understand, as to why people are looking at Jones and saying, bro, you're 24, bro. Sorry, you're 23, turning, 24, sorry. And when are we gonna like sit here and say Jones is a first team player, you know, kind of thing? And I get it, obviously, for us as fans, it's more about, you know, rotation and stuff like that, and that's calm. That's if he doesn't mind being rotation player, Jones is perfect. Yeah, he's actually a really good player, you know, for that. But yeah, I just think, yeah, it's you've been here for time, and I'll be honest with you, you look like, if I had to place you in a bunch of players around the world in your age group, you are way down the list, like way down a list of players in just your age group, say 23, 24. When you look at all of those ones, all of those other kind of players in that kind of age bracket, if they're not playing first team football at top clubs, they're usually at Brentford, you know, teams like that, where I think he would get first team football. And for me, that's what he's got to start looking at, you know, at some point in time, if he's not going to command a place, because I don't think he as a player is looking at it and saying, yeah, I love being a bench player. Who does? No one wants to be a bench player. But you've been a bench player really and truly this whole time. You've had your periods in the team, but I don't feel like Liverpool miss you when you're out. We've now got, as I said, the emergence of Gravenberch this season. All of a sudden, how like he's jumped ahead of you in the kind of queue. Szoboszlai, McAllister, they've jumped, you know, we signed them just the other day and they've jumped ahead of you in the queue, you know. So that's where I feel like for Jones, it's just techie. He can play these games. Obviously, yeah, West Ham, of course, I've got him starting as well. You know, if we had to do the lineup, I've definitely got him starting. But if we had to play Man City tomorrow, he's nowhere near that first team. No way. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him on the pitch or none of that. So
what's the solution then, Sav, bro? Because I know obviously last season was in the team. The season before that, he was in the team, and you could see that he was making steps. But every time, like, he gets an injury, and then everyone just wants to throw him under the bus, bro. Like, he's injured. I
feel like if he's out of the squad and he's injured, I don't think anyone's wrong to mention him being injured, and that's, you know what I mean. They can't do nothing about it. He can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? I don't question whether these like take care of themselves and that. Managers, everyone's built different. I know some people get injured. Some people, I feel the same with Jota. I felt the same with Naby and that. I don't think none of these man purpose. They don't. It's not like they're doing anything wrong, bro. It's just life, innit? So when it comes to then, you've only got the talent to go off and less games than somebody else, bro. But as you've seen, people change their mind very quick. So when it comes to hate, I don't know about that. If you just don't think he's the player, that's fine. But when the hate part, I don't understand it at all. Because yeah, Gravenberch is killing it now, and I love him. I like to we got here, bro. But if you ask somebody towards the end of last season between Jordan and Gravenberch, see what people say. But they want to say get rid of Gravenberch, bro. So I ain't listening to any of these, man. But it's just one of those, bro. And when it comes to the first team start, I mean, he's right, but also it's a different manager, so it's like the last manager did have him in the first team. The only reason he was out the first time is when he got injured. Otherwise, from that, he started.
I just said that just then. When he's in the first team, he's good, and then he gets an injury, and then he's out. But the thing is, it's not like, oh, we can't wait till Curtis Jones is back so he can start again. It's, well, someone else has taken over now, so he needs to find his way back to form to play. But if he's not going to play, how's he going to find his form to get back into the squad? So games like this is probably where he's going to need to look at it and say, okay, I really need to do some madness on the pitch there. So the manager looks at me and says, okay, you know what? If you're not going to be starting, you're going to be the first sub if I need one. You're going to do something. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Because when he's on fire, he's good. But that's the problem. The fire goes out more often than not. He's got to try and keep that form in him. And little injuries and suspensions and stuff. Last season, we know with the Tottenham game and all that nonsense. But when he's good, he's good. But that's the thing, getting a consistent run of games. But when you've got all these other midfielders ahead of you, and they're the players that you're competing with, and if they're doing a better job than you, then what chance does he have of starting over them?
Do you think then, Nick, just to follow up on that, do you think because I've seen every time he stepped back in, I don't think he overdoes it, but I feel like he tries a lot harder because he has to then win a position back. So then he might do an extra, might hold on to the ball for a bit longer because he wants to be maybe seen on the ball a bit more, maybe try something a bit more clever because I need the manager to be aware, like, I'm actually here and I can do these type of things.
Yeah. I hear it. I see it as well.
Does that hinder him?
I think it's a bad thing, man. You just want to pass and move. Like, you're not going to go past 3 or 4 players and then hit one into the top bins. I mean, funny to say that he did that last year, went through 2 or 3 and then like popped it past Areola. But, you know, in a Premier League match, probably not going to happen. But for someone like him, just get on the pitch and do simple shit, man. Get your confidence back, get your rhythm back. Just touch and move, pass and move, one touch, turn, pass, go. Things like that just to get yourself out there. We're not asking him to get the ball, do a swivel, rainbow flick, go past 3 defenders and hit one into the top bins. Like, that's not what we're asking you. Just do the basic stuff and then your confidence will start coming through again, and then you'll be able to shine on the pitch and do your thing. I think he just tries too much, and holding on to the ball, yeah, that's one thing I've noticed as well. He'll go past 1 player, 2 player, instead of releasing it, maybe I go for another one, and that's ultimately where he gets unstuck.
First. What about this man then, Sav, bro? Obviously, we haven't been able to see him yet properly, man. But I want him to start a game. I want to see him play, bro, and I want to see him from the start, bro. Just cooking fullbacks. Chiesa.
Same.
What?
That's the aim, man. Gotta get the rust off him, innit? So start him in the games, bro. Trying to manage Rusty on as an impact guy, but that's not the way to do it. So he gave him a few minutes here and there so far. You know what I mean, 4 minutes against AC, some minutes in the last game. Yeah, he's ready to start him, innit? Just start him, let him get into a game, and that. Because obviously loads of people need time to get into a game. Sometimes it's better from the start. So get him on the pitch, and then slowly you can build back into the player we know he is, and that, because he's got tech, bro. You get me? So
have you set any expectation for him at all? Like mentally, not said it outright. Just if he could do this season, then that would be good for him.
It's weird. I haven't. I don't think it's because I haven't seen him play properly yet, but I actually haven't, bro. Like at the moment, he feels like he's not part of the front.
Same. That's what I feel as well. He's not even a part.
Once he's there,
he's
and
an outsider, bro.
Yeah, he's got a. I think
as it should be, though. To be fair, as it should.
Yeah, of course, and we've been doing one as well. Once you start playing with the team that you're gonna play with instead of playing with the subs, it's a lot bit different when you're already winning the game, or even if you're losing the game, you come on. And the manager already made other subs, and that's not the team that you're going to be playing with week in, week out most of the time. It's kind of like cooking and that as well. So, this kind of game, probably a good game for him to come into anyway. West Ham's the test as well. Like, yeah, they've not been that good this season. They've still got ballers on their pit, on their team, and they're going to take it serious. If anything, their manager's going to want a response because he was losing his mind on the weekend. So, yeah, man, it's a good game for him, and that, you know what I mean? It's strong defenders to go up against. It's another Premier League squad, so yeah, you probably get to see a bit from him then. And if you make it to the 60th minute or something, take him off and then run it again on the weekend and give him a few more minutes. And yeah, man, once that happens and I know the rust is gone, then I can make my expectations of what I'm expecting from him for the rest of the season, because I don't even know how he's going to play. But I think he'll make some impact, though. I do think he'll have big things to say in our season going forward. So yeah, man.
What about you, G, man? Have you set any expectations for him this season yet? Or same as what Savage said, bro? Like, we don't feel like he's a part of the team just yet. He's just there, innit?
Yes, literally, exactly. Everything Savage said, 100%. He can't. Do you know what I mean? He's not like, obviously, maybe because of when he joined, like how late into the kind of transfer window he joined. He's not like Savinho at Man City. He feels like he's a part of that, Man City team. Like, I can see him, on the right-hand side. He seems like he's quite integral to what they're doing. At the moment, we've been playing well. Savage said, you know what I mean? Like, who's he dropping realistically from that team at this moment in time? So it's like, yeah, just for now. But obviously, you know what I mean? You just give it time. Let's see what he does. See how he is. I'm not like, I don't care if he plays or doesn't play. Like, the team is doing well. Like, it's just not one of those at this moment in time. Like, I'll worry about that when I feel there's someone, you know what I mean, who needs to be dropped. Then we'll say, okay, well, we've got Chiesa. Let's bring him in, see how he does. And then we can just kind of move from there.
Do you think that is the Nick, right, with the excitement? Because even like, I'm excited about him as a player and I want to see him play. But we have him in the team. We don't have him in the team. It's like weird, but he's a talented footballer, and I can't wait to see what happens. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, it's mad though, because like he's come in to add to this forward line, like Arne Slot said, good player, can do this and that, and we all know there's a player in there. A lot of people were very skeptical because of his injury record, but like I said, last season he played some 30+ games in all comps, so that's not a bad return, and he bagged 7 goals or 8 goals or something. So there is a player there. I think excuse me, the more he gets put into this squad. But like I said, again, it's like the Curtis Jones situation again, where he's not obviously comparable player to Jones, but when Jones is on form and he gets injured, someone else steps over and they take over. At the moment, that forward line, there's no one really you'd say, all right, well, we'll give them a rest on the bench and try somebody else because we need to work something out, because Diaz is playing well. Salah is Salah. Now, if I want to be somewhat harsh or whatever, last few games he has been like below par average. Like, he looks like the player that is trying to impress a lot. It's like, I have to go past this player, I need to do this, and just do simple things. It's like he's trying too much. So maybe for this game, you say you rest Salah, put him on the bench, you start Chiesa, and then you change him up, whatever, and let Salah run around for a little bit and do whatever he does. Maybe get himself a goal to get himself out of this 2-3 game funk. Because after that United game, man hasn't really been to his to his standard that we know. And for the left side, Diaz is on fire. Jota's been rested, and you don't really have anyone else to play there besides Darwin Nunez. But again, would you play Darwin as a striker? In which case, then he's got to get used to playing with Chiesa on either side as well.
That's interesting. Obviously, the West Ham team from the last game, what they played against Chelsea, lost 3-0. This was their their starting lineup. Anyone that worries you going into this game?
Yep. Kudos, bro.
Mm.
I watched that game against Chelsea, blood. Like, they weren't very defensively was their biggest problem. One thing I didn't know before watching that game, and I watched this player loads, I did not know that Alvarez was that slow, blood. He is slow, bro. Not a little bit slow. Meaty, quicksanded in that, bro. Running like his hamstring has been pulled, blood. Yeah, man. I do worry about West Ham because we've got a history with them, man, and not the same manager, but the same teams are still there. But we played them towards the end of last season as well. It's always the same culprits with that team, Bowen and them, man. Like, Bowen cooks us all the time. When his shooting boots are on, it's a long day because you know them. Everyone gives up chances in games, and but for when we play West Ham, we give up a chance. It's a goal, bro. That seems to be the wave all the time, man. So they can cause problems. They've obviously got Paqueta in that in the middle as well. So there's problems in their squad, man. And sometimes if their defense is on it, they're pretty strong, bro. It just depends on how they're playing, and it like I don't know what happened to my man, the cat kicker, but we weren't there last game. But
that's the cat kicker.
But I like thingy, Kilman, I think he's called. Mavropanos is okay on his day. They got Wan-Bissaka at right back now. This is what everyone thinks about him. If it's one-on-one defending, if he's in the zone, blood,
bro, it's a long day.
He's gonna make it his mission to stop this one person, bro. So yeah. And then,
the thing is as well, they play 3 at the back with the wing backs.
Yeah. That was the biggest problem I fought with them in the last game against Chelsea. I don't think you don't think he should be using 3 at the back with Wan-Bissaka. Like, he's not good going forward, and you don't need him as a wing back. Blood. Just play him at right back. But yeah, they leave holes, man. They leave holes, bro. Whoever's in the midfield, if they're threading the pass through, blood, you should be fine. And then you got Kufal and Souček in the box, bro, off corners, and they're just 2 weird players that just seem to pop up with goals, not just against us, against everyone. So they got a good team, man. I think when we did the prediction for the season, I think me and Tariq were saying that like West Ham, even though they got loads of good players, and I'm not sure about them, bro. I think the manager's not it, bro.
A lot of money spent on these players.
Yeah, rubbish, man. It lasted 6 weeks at Real Madrid, blood.
So just looking at the games, innit? I'll go back a few games back. 3-1 loss against Wolves, 3-1 loss against Palace. Obviously, they went for an aggregate against Celta Vigo, lost to Villa 2-1. Then they beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Then they beat Bournemouth 1-0. Then lost to Man City 3-1, 1-1 against Fulham. And obviously, the latest result was the 3-0 at home.
They won most all their games away
to West Ham. Yeah. Well,
one win away. I know you got 1 win away.
Yeah, they beat Palace.
Yeah, that's it.
The thing is that they had chances in that City game, though. They did have chances, but they didn't take anything away. Like yeah, they could be dangerous, but it depends who plays in this game for them. But yeah, like Savage said, man, Kudus is definitely a player you want to look out for. Bowen, like last year in the game, he had one chance on a break and he just pinged it, curled it like R1 finish into that far corner. It was a great goal, 5-1 at the point. Like it was wasted, but still, like you can't give this man any opportunity to score any goals, bro.
No, fairs. Let's get to it, man. Let's do the starting 11 or
You did think it though, just say like when I watched the Bournemouth game, I think it was the League Cup, he did rest a few players. So interesting. Kudus didn't play. Because I think they started Somerville in that game. I think he started.
It was interesting, man.
Yeah. I think he's gone now, isn't it? Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, we went on loan.
They started him in that game as well, man. So I don't know, man. They might not start their full squad on that. I think Solchek started in midfield, Kofal started. And I think Fulcrook started up front instead of Bowen played on the right in that game. Kudos. Yeah, so be interesting to see what he does.
I think for West Ham, it's going to be more about, I don't really think it's the players that we need to worry about. I think it's just more about how they decide to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, they play the same way they played against us in that other Carabao Cup game. Of course. Yeah, I mean, it will pop them like 6-1 or 6-0, whatever it is. But if they do decide to sit in, because they didn't really do that when we played against them. I felt like because of the changes he was kind of making in that game, it was more about, like their whole rhythm or whatever they were going through at the time. Whereas, I don't know, obviously be interesting, man. But if they want to sit in, they can sit in. And they're a type of team, I feel like, obviously under David Moyes, not the new manager, but under Moyes, boy, they were able to, they wanted to sit in. They can sit in all game kind of thing and just stifle the hell out of you. But I think it should be calm.
Let's do the team then, boys. We already know that obviously Alisson, you mentioned about Alisson, he's kind of touch and go even for the weekend. So we know that Kelleher is going to start in goal. Just carry on where he left off, really. Had an amazing game, you'd say, say amazing. He had a really, really good game, to be fair. Passing at the back was cold, saves, looked opposing with his 1v1s as well. Adequate replacement, calm. Anyone has an issue with that? Or would you give Jarosz an opportunity?
Nah, Jarosz can settle down, man.
Jarosz can hold bench.
Yeah, but...
who goes right back for you guys?
You start Bradley, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'll start Bradley.
Don't know who else.
The reason. I'm trying to think. Okay.
Bradley
Unless you play Gomez.
I'll play Bradley, man.
Play Bradley.
I'd start Bradley too, yeah.
Yeah.
Bradley at right back. He needs some minutes now, I guess, innit? He's had 2 good international games when he went. And when he stepped in for us, he hasn't looked too bad. Apart from, obviously, the game when the Forest game when he allowed things to cut in. Apart from that, really, he's been really good. So, who goes left back for you guys?
Tsimikas, I'm guessing, if we want to rotate, yeah.
What would you guys do? Tsimikas or you do keep Robert?
I want to keep Robert in for this game.
Who have you got on the weekend?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Home away. I'm away.
Away.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll probably start Tsimikas then.
Fair enough. 2 centre backs.
Virgil and Kwanzaa.
Savage read my mind, but
yeah,
you probably think Kanate, maybe give him a bit of a rest. He's sort of like susceptible to playing 4 or 5 games in a row, and needs a bit of a breather.
I would even potentially swap that for Gomez slightly. I'm trying to think of who their strikers are.
It's Fulcrook on it.
Well, Fulcrook has got a calf problem.
Or is he out?
I don't know if he's out, but he's a doubt for the game. You never know. You might see him probably start.
I don't know them, and it's last game Bowen played up top, and he didn't play on the right. He played through the middle, and Kudos played on the right hand side, so they'll probably do the same thing.
Okay, I think Kwanzaa is a shout though. Kwanzaa playing, he needs to be back and get some minutes now. And obviously there hasn't been any need for
Yeah,
him.
you're starting him for sure.
Kwanzaa and Virgil make sense.
I think he might go Gomez actually though, but I would go with this. But I think he's gonna go Gomez instead.
I only didn't say
you
Gomez.
take off
I don't know where Slot, but because we can only go off the season before. I don't know where Slot's using Gomez when he brought him on against AC from the right back.
Yeah,
that's
You're right.
You'd rather be him on the right back.
Who goes in the AKA 6?
Does he give Endo a crack?
Should do.
I'm playing with Taru.
Playing, bro. It's a double pivot, really. It's not a lone 6. We don't play with a lone 6. So.
Yeah, and who'll be next to him then? Jones? Would you put in one of the other fellas, youngsters, maybe?
No, I think too much.
I feel like the midfield. I don't think we're gonna rotate the whole midfield.
Yeah,
don't see it happening, bro. So,
I'm not gonna lie. If I say Gravenberch start, I'm gonna be annoyed.
You might do Grav, you know. That's what I was thinking.
So even if you put Grav and Wataru, and let Grav be the more forward-thinking one.
Yeah, possibly.
That's what I think.
So you're going Wataru in the 6, and we go Grav, right side of 8?
I don't think it even matters at this point.
Yeah, but you're just confusing me, but because I'm thinking of the formation and that. You're telling me right side there. What we're doing? What formation? We do regular formation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you know the right sided one drifts into the 10 in it. Sorry, sir.
So that the 8's the 10.
Yeah, so let's say Gravers is a 10. Let's say he's the 10.
And you see your coaching talk, keep it offline because all I know for Liverpool is double pivot and a 10. That's
Sorry.
That's it. No drifting in from this side. Start
here,
move across here, overlap here, move that. That's me too. I'm like, nah, that's too much for me, bro.
All right, so we got Wataru in the double pivot. Who joins him in the double pivot before we get to the 10?
I think Jones. I think it'll be Jones.
Yeah, I think surely he has to get a run. Has to get a run somewhere, bro.
I just think the midfield's going to be Jones, Gravenberch, and Wataru. That's what I think it's going to be.
Any objections?
Sob will be running his hamstrings off, boy.
Yeah, Sob. For the flack.
Remember, these guys can be on the bench.
Take a break.
Yeah, they'll be on the bench. Exactly.
Yeah, they'll be on the bench. Exactly.
All right, cool. Who's your left-sided forward?
I think it's going to be Gakpo. For when I saw his picture being used for the thing, I was like, if you don't start.
Yeah, probably give Cody a run there, man. Have himself back a goal, man. You know what I like about him as well? He doesn't mind cutting in and having a long distance shot, and more often than not, he hits the target, even if it doesn't go in.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. It's like, I'm just going to blam one and see what happens. He's actually not afraid to have a go. And it's more often than not we see hesitations with some other players, but he doesn't mind cutting in.
Yeah, it's very assured when it comes to that. It's a bit like Saka with that. It's either a cut in and shoot or cut in and cross, but he's made his mind up pretty early.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'm not going to dribble past 3-4 players, go to the byline and then try and cut one back. He's like, no, fuck it, just one touch pass, have a blam and see what happens.
I'll put a poll in the chat. Who do you guys would want to start? 86% said Nunes. Guys on the panel, who starts up front, Jota or Darwin Nunes?
Did you put a poll for all the other players or just Nunes?
No, just them.
Okay, agendas will run.
Well, here's the thing: if you start Darwin, Jota's on the bench, then do you start Darwin against Wolves, or do you bring Jota back for his return to Wolves?
I think Jota will come back in against Wolves.
I think play Nunes. And if he cooks, you play him against Wolves 2 blood. It's not
I'll start Darwin.
Yeah,
I actually think he's going to play Chiesa there.
Striker.
It's not a bad show.
Play Chiesa in the last game as a striker. Didn't come on the wings. So I feel like he could potentially just use him there and just swap with Gakpo, just rotate between the two. I actually think Salah's going to play this game as well. Obviously, I know we're doing hour 11, so I wouldn't.
No, we can have somewhat of a thought what the manager might think as well, but ideally, it's what we think.
Yeah. No, I think he will go with that because I feel like he will just look at it like this. You have a player who just plays all the time, so you just play him. I understand the need for rest, but he doesn't need a rest. So the reality is he'll probably just be like, Gaffer, I want to play, not a problem. Chiesa will come in potentially, and also as well, how fit is Chiesa as well? Do you know what I mean? I know we talk about him starting games, getting 60 minutes. Can he play 60 minutes? Like, is he ready for that yet? You know what I mean? Like I said, he's been given.
He's not ready for 90 yet, but he's ready to start.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's ready to start, then
but he's not ready for 90. So he'll probably maybe get 50 certain minutes if he's the one that starts.
Yeah. But yeah, if we want to, if for this purpose, I'd say Jota.
Nick Sav, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
What does the game
Just looking at the form. God, who would you play? The guy who hasn't bagged in a few games, or the guy who bagged over the weekend?
Put it this way: when I watched that Chelsea game, bro, they leave space in behind. That's what I mentioned. Alvarez, bro, his speed is cooking on that back line, bro.
The game's at home, right?
It's at home. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Start Darwizzy.
Yeah, I'm starting him.
Start doing this. And then the right hand side, is it Salah, Chiesa? Who are we going with?
Put Chiesa for the sake.
I'd say Chiesa, yeah.
Chiesa, the main man himself, bro. All right, interesting, man. So that's what Kelleher in goal. And then you got Virgil and Kwanzaa as your two centre backs. Tsimikas comes in as left back. Bradley right back. Gravenberch, Wataru, and Jones. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then on the left you got Cody Gakpo, Nunes up front, and then Chiesa.
That's 7 changes, by the way. Do we think he'll make 7 changes for this game? Realistically,
You don't even have any reference point. He made 2 in the last midweek game. He made 2.
Well,
I think it's going to be like 3 changes, to be honest. I'll just pick the team I wanted.
No. I'm
literally whatever happened against AC Milan. We changed 2 people in that game, and Chimikas. I think the same thing, but with and then 1 midfield change.
Yeah, or he might do like one defender, 1 midfielder, 1 attacker. Like he might just do it in that kind of give someone a rest.
Oh shit! If it's 1 midfielder, then would you rest McAllister? Would you start him? Or would you put Gravenberch on instead? That's
Zobo, bro.
I think Zobo would be the one I would want.
Because he does there, bro. Just you know what I mean. Rest off, man. As Sam said, rest the hamstrings, bro.
Yeah, bro. The guy been running like a madman. He's taking the box to heart. He's literally like running all over the place. So yeah, probably rest him up. In that case, then you might say Gravenberch, McAllister, and maybe Endo.
Oh, do we? Because it depends on where you see these changes. Sav, you were saying 3, right?
Yeah, I just think he made 2 against AC, and it doesn't. Like I said from the press conference, he made it sound like, as you can see, I already made rotation. I'm like, okay, it weren't that much. It was 2 people.
Yeah, you know like that. I think it sounds like you done like 10 or
okay, but if it's 3, then where do you guys see the 3 then? Because you can go right. Could it be 2 in the midfield, 1 up top? Could it be 2 in defense, 1 in midfield? Where could it be? Or 2 up top, 1 in defense? Like, where do you see these?
Defense.
I think 2 in defense.
I just think come to
think
think
of
it,
like
that's.
Change
I feel like right back and left back, it isn't a problem if you change it anyway.
That second half, though, on the weekend, we just could not be asked most of the game. So maybe he thought we didn't go full out intense press attack. So maybe he's thinking I can probably start maybe 9 or 10 of the same players again.
I'm with
any changes. A couple.
It's his first League Cup game, bro, and if you lose, you're out, bro. So
yeah,
literally, bro.
He brought up the fact that how important the trophy was to Liverpool fans and how exciting it was last season when he watched us. I'm just saying, like, he might be thinking, at least let me just get through this West.
Don't speak for me, bro.
It's another Premier League team, innit? What was that, G?
Just go all out attack.
I said, Slot, don't speak for me, bro. Don't speak for me, bro. I can speak for myself, bro. I don't need you to tell me how important it is, bro. Sorry.
Oh, shit, man. Bro, it's interesting because we always expect the big changes. Obviously, under Klopp, in it, he always made not massive amounts, but he did make at least 5, maybe 6.
The period where Klopp was using all youngsters, bro.
But to be fair, though, Klopp kind of was in a position where he almost had to, though. And I feel like that's why we're not going to see, hence why all of these players had to go. Bobby Clark, Bajcetic, all these guys had to go. I don't think in an ideal world, Klopp uses that many youngsters last season. I just don't see it happening because he wouldn't need to, because we have players and all the other players are above the, you know what I mean, the youth players. I feel like where we had mad injuries, you know, Bradley only got a chance. Trent gets injured for time, so Bradley has to come in. You know what I mean? Who's ever had a situation where two of your first and second choice left backs get injured, so you have to put a next guy into that? But like these things, only Liverpool. Do you get what I mean? Like it's not even who's not even a genuine left back. Like in an ideal world, Gomez plays like 10 games last season, but fortunately for him, he was able to get all of that game time. So I think this season, which is what I love, I don't need to see all of these youngsters, and I don't want to, because the reality is, one, I don't think they're good enough, but also I just feel like you're kind of you're putting yourself in a position now where I feel like with the way that Liverpool are as a football club, if we keep doing stuff like this, it will kind of, in my opinion, hinder you unless you're producing 7 Phil Fodens, like, which I don't think we are. So the reality is, you keep trying to play the Bobby Clarks and the McConnells and that. Bro, we all know them man are not really the guys like that. You know what I mean? They're never going to really make it here. So I almost feel like it's a waste, but you've got them, so just use them for the time being. But we need to be getting in other players. So Trey Nyoni, you can tell that guy's a fucking talent. Like, you can see he's a baller, absolute baller.
Same as Honesty's question, and Trey Nyoni might be a part of our squad. Would you give him 15 minutes? Same for Tyler Morton.
Definitely Trey. Depends how the game goes.
Yeah. Because 15 minutes sounds like Liverpool's up in the game and we're confident. I think Morton's more experienced than Trey. Like, he's been around different teams, and like Morton really should be looking to get on the pitch from the start at some point, or have a longer period in the game. But yeah, man, I think you're right, but I feel like there's not going to be much change. I've got Barrow in it or something like that.
So
before we do our score predictions, guys, and then we can head out. Obviously, I saw the list of the current games and stuff for the third round. Is there going to be any upsets? Do you guys think at all? I don't know if you guys can see that clear. If not,
I'm just letting you know. If Chelsea lose to Barrow, they should delete themselves.
What is that? That's today. That's today. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. So the third round. Yeah. So you got Stoke, Fleetwood. You can. Yeah, either
Sheffield, Blackpool, there, man. Like QPR. That's really
I need Leighton Orient to win that one still.
Oh.
Everton, Southampton.
Yeah, they're 2 Premier League teams in it, so I don't even think there's a.
Would rather.
I'm so baffled. Why does it say the 17th of September?
The game.
Those games already. They're already passed.
I think it's already out.
So,
I was about to say
we've got tonight so Chelsea Barrow, City Watford, Walsall Leicester, Wycombe Wanderers Aston Villa.
Why did everyone get these meaty draws, bro? We got West Ham.
Walsall Leicester's like Midlands derby, but they're gonna get tonned up still.
How many things City's putting past Watford?
At home.
Chelsea are smoking Barrow, bro. That's about 8. I reckon that. You're just going to keep hearing, goal, Nkunku, goal.
That's the one thing you've got with Chelsea, man. They've got a whole other team that still looks like a first team they can use. So,
but remember, man, like Cole Palmer's not even registered for like the conference league squad. Like, that's how you know they got.
I did see some of their game against that random team, Servette Blood, where they lost in the conference league. That was me.
Yeah.
That's
1-2. Funny that though, the team form for Chelsea and Barrow are exactly the same. They've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1.
Mighty Barrow and that. Like.
Someone has to break that duck, bro, in terms of who has the better result. Arsenal got Bolton. Back in the day, that would have been a cold draw, man. When Bolton used to slap up Arsenal, bro, no matter what week.
Oh, man. What was it? Elmander? Who else you have in Bolton? You had Elmander. Yeah, a few people there, man.
Till this day, I still remember JJ Kocher flicking the fucking ball over Martin Keown.
Bolton seems to be a G'd up team, blood. Ivan Campos and
that. Cold blood. Ricardo Fuller and the man them.
Stelios Giannakopoulos and that blood.
Wow.
I
Remember
commend you
Wanna
for
watch
saying that, bro.
highlights.
Yeah, the young Greek
Hey.
doesn't remember the celebration. But
It's cold, bro. I used to cook Arsenal all the time, bro.
Remember, it was Arsenal had that thing about them time ago. I was just about to start ranting about Arsenal, but Arsenal had that thing about them time ago where it's everyone knew them men are pussies, man. Like you can go up there, Stoke City, you know, them type of games. Arsenal weren't on it, bro. They used to Arsene Wenger used to always complain after games.
Stoke and
Yeah.
also had beef for a minute. But
Oh, because the Ryan Shawcross thing.
yeah. Broke Marlon's leg.
Yeah, Nolan as well. Big up, man.
Nolan and Thingy, Kevin Davis. Nolan's Thingy, any on the West Ham coaching stuff? Or he's got a different job.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a West Ham
I
coach.
feel like he's on the West Ham one. Yeah,
He was the number 2 on it. But yeah, him and Kevin Nolan and Kevin Davis, but problems, bro. Then they had Thingy and goal in it. UC Askelainen, bro.
You see,
Jaskelainen.
you know, fuck it. No.
All right,
Oh, West Ham got your
boys.
boy, Max Kilman, yeah? Say no more.
Yeah,
Let's get it, man. Score predictions, bro, and then we head out of here. I will start. So scoreline and goal scorers. I want to go for a clean sheet, man. But Bowen always scores, bro.
I'm going 2-0 Liverpool, man.
2-1. 2-1. Nunes double.
I'm going 3-1. Darwin, Gakpo. And maybe a defender will score from a corner or something.
That's a good shot, actually.
Okay, so Jones, but 2-0.
Throw your score predictions in with your goal scorers, and I'll get a read those out.
4-1. 4-1, and I think Nunes will score 1, and that defender thing that you said, Nick, yeah, I like that. And I think the defender will score a goal as well. I don't know who, just one of the defenders. And
you said Kwanzaa resurrection, bro, just come back and bags.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll say Kwanzaa goal. Who's the other player we play? Oh, Gakpo. Gakpo to get a double.
Kwanzaa, you know, young condolences, and that's my guy, dude.
Of course, man.
You never know. It might be a player off the bench comes on and scores a banger as well, man. It's weird. Because Diaz come off and pull something out.
I think it was Oreo goal, but all the goals he scored for us so far, even though they ain't meant it, they're all good goals, but so I'll take one of them. He's got a good header on him still.
Trigger's gone 2-1. Darwin and Chiesa. Gary's gone 4-0. Gary ain't put who's gonna be the goal scorers. Big up honesty. 5-1. Darwin hat trick. Okay, blood. Chiesa brace.
I'll pay to see that.
Check with a header. That's crazy, blood. Liverpool Truth Channel. Big up 2-0. Need the goal scorers though, broski. On show 2-0. Need the goal scorers as well, man.
Yeah, the Darwin
is not ready for Darwin to get out.
The Darwin delegation, but they're doing up the spirit bomb, share your energy with me and that, bro. They're hoping. You get me?
Spirit bomb, bro. Jesus Christ.
Nah, you know the one that goes and start begging man for energy and that, but that's what.
Let's just do a seance before the hey. I'm always the squad trick. If he does, bro, I'm gonna be unbearable as well. Anyway, like, bro, I'll be in the crowd. I'll be in the crowd with the man them celebrating the hat trick.
This is why I don't think the internet is ready.
I'll be in the crowd surfing, bro, doing the crowd surf.
People say, but Jackson got 2 goals and an assist. It's like, against the same team. What's your point?
Nah, Jackson's scoring like 5 goals, bro. If he's starting against Borough, bro, he's scoring 5.
Listen, his goal tally, he's going to score some goals this season, but from what I've seen.
Nunes,
I don't even rate him that way.
Nunes and Gakpo, Endz, Konate and Jota. Big up Saint, bro.
That's this Hortensia comment.
Lennon's gone 2-1 as well. Okay, blood. All right, man. We head out of here, man. Guys, have you got anything popping up today? Bro, skis?
Nah.
Any shows? Any?
Gonna review the meltdown on Big Six between Turkish and Steve. That was actually fun. Gonna look at that.
Seems to be a lot of meltdowns over this Arsenal Man City game. Fucking hell. It's a bit crazy.
Everywhere.
Yeah, the Cams one is top of the list, but I can't lie.
Oh yeah, no, that's because that wasn't a meltdown. That was yo, let me chat to you outside real quick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And at that point, man, when you speak to me like that, I'm dashing the microphone in your face, but there ain't no way you're gonna keep talking to me like that over football.
I found some idiot, bro. What are we doing, bro? We're meant to be bridging, bro. I get we can get heated, but
No, but you know when like us man will have like a heated debate, right? But I don't think I've heard any one of us ever say, "Bro, shut up, man." What? No. Bro, it's never ever like. And the thing is, what they were debating about, I was like, bro, it's not even like you guys were debating. Yeah, like none of you lot's players anyway. So that was dumb. But the second thing was that it wasn't even like you guys were debating like something that was like, nah, bro, like trust me, you're chatting shit. Like where you could have actually sat there and said, nah, you know what, such and such was actually chatting shit. But bro, you're debating about an opinion. Oh my god, that was even worse. Not even debating about something that's factual, bro.
That's my gripe, bro. If you see any of my shit, it's the people losing their heads over other people's opinions. It's like, relax, brother. It's just because they said something doesn't mean it's set in stone. It's okay, brother. They called your player crap. Doesn't mean you have to go in white knight for it. It's okay, bruv. You ain't gonna change form overnight. It's okay.
Man said you fucking obnoxious. You know how crazy that sounded, bro. No.
Madrid game. Is Madrid playing today, so?
Yeah, blood. Your team's playing tomorrow, blood. Getafe. We got Deportivo
La Coruña.
Deportivo La Coruña.
I knew you're both gonna see that. Deportivo Alaves were playing today. You pussies, blood. I knew you're both gonna say that as well, bro. That's what I had in my head, man. You want to stop doing that, La Coruña.
So who cares about the other Deportivo team?
I don't even know why, but I don't know why. Just that's when I hit Deportivo La Coruña.
That's nostalgia that hit you there. That's why, bro.
Yeah, literally.
Back in the day,
literally. Yeah, guys, tune in, man. 8 o'clock, man. Mean ends.
Well, one for the means assist. He can't. He's not allowed to do that at that age, blood. That assist is.
He's obviously looking at the best right winger in the world, and he said, "I want to try and do what he does."
Gee, he didn't slow down. He didn't slow down. He was just running and then just ref.
Travella pass, man.
But this Travella pass was like, like, listen, I know obviously Salah got that in his locker, but not like that. Like that one was
had
dumb.
height and width.
Oh my god!
And he looked effortless, but it's not like he went that far, but it didn't look like he put bare power into it.
No,
bro. And
realize you have to get round the defender, by the way, in the air
and drop it into the path of
He's been good this season, actually.
He's in my opinion, he's been their best player this season.
Yeah. Cold, man.
Definitely been
goals. But yeah, it looks like Ter Stegen's out with the ACL for the whole time, blood.
G don't like him anyway.
I think that's why they were looking at Keylor Navas. They were talking about apparently him doing a mad thing and coming to Barcelona.
What?
On a free.
On
a free. Bro, remember, we can't sign anyone. We have to, you know what I'm saying? We need someone.
But obviously, you know what happens in the Liga, but loyalties in Syria and the Liga don't exist, blood cards. Last played for everybody. Etu played for everyone. Ronaldo played for everyone. Nobody cares, bro.
Bro, Figo went from Barcelona to Real Madrid. But they man, I can't.
He's the only one where man took it serious and dashing peaks heads at him. Everyone else was just like, yeah. So R9 played for this team, but no matter. It's this team now. I'm like, okay.
But I think it's more. I feel like I was thinking about that Figo thing.
Figo got set up as well. He was getting sold, but it wasn't even his fault, blood.
Yeah. Like his thing was a bit different. Like I feel like than the rest.
It's good docker, that one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very good book.
What time you guys are going to be redirected to it, by the way? So both sides of the coin is back, man. Looking forward to it, man. Talk tactics. I can't wait, bro.
When's you doing it?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock today. 8 o'clock today. Bro, Savage, if you're free, Nick, bro, you can always hop in, please.
Bro, Rob just playing. No disrespect to that, but your show kicks off the same.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So obviously the Mandems, supporting the Mandems channel is always secondary to watching Real Madrid.
I'll support you for 15 minutes at half time, but then I'll run it back.
So you're gonna wait 45 minutes until fair. All right, that's always fine.
No, wait till they get a pen, bro. Gee, that's what happens when they get a penalty. Bro, you see,
we hope you lose anyway. So
I don't know what's gotten to you lately, but like your hate needs to stop, bro, because you go and check Endz's Twitter before the season, no post about Real Madrid blood. All of a sudden, man, this is corrupting that blood. Nah, bro, relax, bro.
Nah, man. Do you know what it is?
But Enz is calm, bro. We're top of the league, 4 points.
Exactly, bro.
I'm not stressing about
I don't like how it's corrupt.
You see Man City stressing about Liverpool and Arsenal, blood, but I mean,
now listen, if you call it out now, it doesn't seem like you got an agenda in it because we're top. So man, just calling it out now. letting you know
Fair.
that people are getting pulled
Big
from
4D
outside the
chess.
box, runs inside the box while getting pulled, and they go, "I ain't giving
It's not Hendrick's fault. It's not his fault. Don't pull me in it. Don't drag my shirt.
It's a foul from. It's initiated from outside the box.
Not Hendrick's fault. It's not his fault.
Nah, but Savage, you know that was a mad thing, though. That was a mad thing, bro. Come on.
It's not his fault, man.
I didn't say it was his fault. He didn't
So
do anything
that's
wrong. I'm not blaming him. I'm saying, obviously, Enz isn't
You know what?
isn't blaming
You know what,
Hendrick.
Enz? For your sake, have the goal, blood. It's 3-1 at the time anyway. Have it.
It's not about the goal, Sam.
Ooh.
It's not about the goal. It's
What are you worried about? You don't even have to worry about goal difference. You lot keep punching everyone up, blood.
No, but
When is the El Clasico, bro? Are you doing a watch along with the El Clasico?
Oh, you still want to return to the El Clasico, man? The scene of the crime last season.
I'll be there. When is it? It must be October or something.
Hey, G, by that time, we might not even have an 11 to play, lad, but we'll be there.
I know, man. 27th of October.
Ends, it doesn't even matter at this point because we're still, as Savage said, we're still punching everyone up regardless.
You're that good. Even if you beat us in our Clasico based on the results, now you still be top of the table. But 27th of October,
27th.
Lock it in, man. Lock it in real bit.
Say nothing.
His own.
I'm making sure I get my background ready for that one still.
Yeah, because last time it was different, bro. Sent G to the shops, blood. It didn't come back.
Yeah, well, that was then. This is now. Do you get me? That was then.
I love it, bro. Hey, I love it, bro. I love the fighting between Man City and Arsenal. I love the rivalry heat. But I'm glad that Barcelona's better again. I'm with it, but that's been my thing the whole time. I'm not one of these bums, blood. I don't need Guardiola to leave to win the league and that, blood. Win the league while it's here, blood. To be the best, you got to beat the best on a Ric Flair thing, bro. What? Man is going to brag about stuff and then someone's just going to say, oh, so you're going to do when Guardiola's here? No. All right.
You know, that'll always be the caveat. Like, that will always be.
Exactly, man. So, you know what I mean? In the words of Haaland, bro. All right, humble yourself, blood.
I can't lie, though. Like,
hey, stay humble. Stay humble. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck you? Get in our face.
Don't win anything, I promise you.
Oh man.
The thing is, I like Tariq, yeah, and he don't. And to be fair, he's not one of the crazy ones. Yeah, he deserves better. Like, so I can't get onto him. But unfortunately, you are part of the fan base, so I will be getting onto him plus every other Arsenal fan if they don't win anything. And I'm talking, brother. I'm even saying just pick up your little Carabao Cup, just something to at least say after all of this time, after all the money you've spent, after all of the chat that I saw this weekend, which I never knew that these men would go to such extreme lengths after a 2-2 draw against Manchester City. Jesus Christ, you have to win now. Like, as in, you're now forced to. If you don't win, it's long because the banter will never stop.
The amount of praying that they've done, they're glad that Rodri's injured. Bro, 2 or 1 of their players are going to get a mad injury this season, and then it's dead.
They must not know Man City's game, blood. Praying on Rodri's downfall when Man City's got so much money in the January transfer window to complete is crazy, blood.
Yeah. Bro, you know what? I was catching some streams today, actually, talking about the aftermath, and they were saying as well, like, they're packing it now. It's like we don't have the depth in the midfield. If Haaland gets injured, we're having a striker to replace him. De Bruyne's out. Rodri's now out. Gundogan's not the same player that he was like a couple of years ago. So now they're like, man, January 1st, we better be going in buying a player or a couple at least. So they're already looking ahead, man. I think they know that they get a couple more injuries and it could be peak.
Me and Endz saw this yesterday, bro. All of a sudden, 50 of Matt said that Man City's not in the title race.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Bro.
Shout out to the members.
Can't say that.
On live camera.
We did a members video yesterday.
Ever, blood.
Nah, shout out to the members, man. We did a members video yesterday, and we was watching and reviewing, bro. And yeah, it was mad.
That's crazy.
One injury, now they're not involved. They're out.
And they when I mean they dismissed them, they was like, yeah, obviously City's out of the top race now, Carl Rodgers. I was like, raw, if you
like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till the end of the season.
Oh, gee, you know what's gonna happen though, innit?
I know.
Rodri's injured. These men are writing these lot off. There's a January transfer window to come. Liverpool fans are like, well, we don't want Zubimendi anymore. And who replaced Rodri in Spain's?
They'll get him.
You saw the final, blood. Zubimendi's gonna end up at Man City, blood. And they're like, oh, you know what? The Liverpool fans, why don't we try and get him again? Shut up.
But you know what? You know what's so even so? Obviously, I've not I've heard that the extent of the injury might not keep Rodri out for the whole season, right? So let's just say in a hypothetical world he doesn't go injured for the whole season. I already said I can see a world there because Man City don't really like spending money. I'll be real with you, like they don't really seem like that. I think Manchester, big up Nick. I think Manchester City will look at it.
See you, fellas.
Come January, not sign anybody, not need to like bring someone else in. Someone else in their team will just pick up that mantle that Rodri left. Then they'll win the league again, and we'll all be sitting here saying, "Oh, well, it's Manchester City." Yeah, I fucking told you before you started writing them off.
Me and Endz are watching this, and we're like, "Hold on a minute." Even the statements man are making is like they can't win the league without Rodri. Like they won't win. I'm like, what? Like they didn't win all the other leagues without him before. They did.
Bro, like what the fuck are we doing?
Even when he was at Man City, when he was holding bench for Fernandinho and that, they still won the league, bro.
So dumb.
They must have forgot how long ago Liverpool won the league, bro, because that's the last time someone stopped City, boy.
But you know what? I'll even give Liverpool fans a tad bit of a blight because obviously I didn't know that Matt Trifty said that. That's wild from them, yeah. But most Liverpool fans, from what I've seen recently, it's not even that they've said like City are out of it. They're just more like cautious with it. Like, okay, this gives us an advantage, you know, certain, you know, so to speak. It's Arsenal fans though. They're going too fucking far, bro. As in, this is where you tell your bedroom, bro, I beg you just act like we're in a public place. Like, don't be moving crazy. Like,
bro, man said just be normal, innit, bro? Why you
bro, just be you. But you know when you bring one of your boys, you know, he's from the ends, and you've obviously, I don't know, you're working in Central now, and
what you mean, blood.
Exactly. You bring one of your friends, and he's embarrassing you a little bit, or he's moving a bit hungry. That's what Arsenal are doing, and this is what I said. You can't have this much chest. Bro, yeah, I can't bring you around everyone, and you can't have this much chest for a team that is chilling there with one FA Cup in 5 years. My brother, I promise you, Manchester United have won more than you in this period of time. So the reality is, I'm just like, I'm not saying don't big up your team, big them up. They're a good team. Of course, you would big them up. But just when you come to the big boy table where there's Liverpool, Manchester Cities, the Real Madrids, the Bayern Munichs, the teams who have been winning in the last 5 years, for example.
They can't talk to Chelsea, blood.
They can't even talk to Chelsea, savage, bro. Like, bro, and that's what annoys you. You're like that little fly in the summertime where you just always get out of the way, bro.
He won the Champions League while Arteta was there, bro.
Big up, Cav, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Cav, I will do the next one once you get your internet sorted.
What?
Skills, big up. Big up.
Yeah, it's craziness to me, blood. Be excited. See, there's an advantage that Rodri's not there. He's cold blood, but to write off City is crazy, bro.
But and also to big it, like I said, it's more for me. It's just about you're bigging yourself up. I'm like, oh, you've done this before. Okay, I hear it. You've been here before. I see.
Put some respect on the League Cup.
What did I say?
I don't know, G, bro. You said something. Pops held on to it, so.
Bro, you must have held on to that time. What did I say?
From last season, bro. I said, "What the League Cup?" Like,
oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Say no.
Yeah, last season.
London's right, man. That's what people forget. But like their most important players, Guardiola, blood. It's not Rodri. So continue with that.
As we said yesterday, Sam, man, they'll just move Stones into midfield.
But they will play with no striker, you know.
And then play with no striker. The two full sets.
Yeah, blood. This is not a problem.
I said they'll just play with no striker.
That was up to the next fixture. Bro, have you seen Liverpool? Bro, I was looking at Liverpool's fixtures going into like November and that. Broski, they're not nice, blood.
Oh, is it a matter? Okay, I didn't even know.
And also, and I have to keep saying this and that. Every time I say something, people have a problem in it. Then the manager does a press conference, says the same thing I said, that it's fine. So when I said, I'm not raining on anyone's parade, but we haven't really played anyone yet, but we beat the team we should have. Oh, Seth, you can't really. The manager says, I looked at the table and I realized the teams that would be are at the bottom of the table. So he said, I'll talk about it. Is this what he said? So he said, I'll talk about the clean sheets and that when we play somebody. I don't understand why am I the bad guy for saying that, bruv.
Because you're not the manager, bro. Like only when the manager says it becomes official.
When we play Brighton, we play Villa, we play Man City, we play Arsenal, and then we're still like got the same, bruv. Then I'll be like, okay, this is getting a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
All right. But until then, like at the moment, bruv, I would say we beat all the teams we're supposed to, but we didn't because we lost to Nottingham, bruv. So
yeah, for real.
Oh, they're unbeaten still, by the way. So
who's unbeaten?
They're class.
Nottingham lost it. Nottingham and Brighton ain't lost it.
Say, swear Nottingham haven't lost the game this season.
Lost the game, bro.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know.
Crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Espirito Santo, you know, them man, they're just on it, bro. All right, man, let's get out there, man. Big up to you guys as always, man. But yeah, you guys are gonna be redirected to the stream for 8 o'clock. Tune in, man. Should be some good conversations.
Yes,
Sav, always love, bro. Big up G. Big up to Nick as well. Chat, love for the love, guys. If you don't want to miss the next members video, bro, we do it live now, man. I'm gonna do it once a week. The link is pinned to the top, man. Become a member, bro. You don't miss
Bring a gal on the next one as well. This gal coming to the members show, blood. So you want to see titties and
there's a few.
The way guys trying to entice me with titties, you know.
That's what we're doing, bro. We're bringing some Latina things on there. They can't cancel me, bro. Titties and tortillas, we're calling it, blood. I'm ready for it still.
I might name that as well.
Titties and tortillas, yeah, you're dumb.
Love for the love, man. Big up, peace out.
Peace.